CUA.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
A Neighborly company.
Well, there ain't no bigger bummer than a really sucky plumber who takes a paycheck of 2 weeks. Yeah, we're still dealing with these leaks. We should have called Ram Plumber first. Those other plumbers are the worst. So we went to their website. Man, they know how to lay pipe right. RamPlumbingAZ.com. Yeah, Ram Plumbing is the bomb. RamPlumbingAZ.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon to you. It is game night in Tucson. Arizona women's basketball back on the floor at McHale Center tonight, taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. Ladies will be looking to snap a losing streak that has now reached 6 games. Can they get that done? Let's hope so. Coverage will begin at 5:45 over on Freedom 1400 with tip-off at 6 o'clock tonight. Over 7,800 people at the last game involving the Arizona women's basketball team on Sunday. U of A right now tied for 15th. Eesh, yikes. Yeah, it's been a rough go. They are under 500 for the first time this season with the 6 straight losses, longest current losing streak in the Big 12. Again, it was not, and here's the thing, it was not expected to be a positive year for Arizona women's basketball. So the fact that it's becoming that is no surprise. This is not like it was a team in Arizona women's basketball that we thought was going to be at the top half, in the top half of the Big 12, and now they're in the bottom half, in fact, near the bottom, tied for the bottom of the conference. We knew that this was not going to be a very good team, so no surprises there. And obviously they have maybe struggled a little bit more. I mean, when you watched them in the preseason, you thought, they've got some scoring punch. Maybe Michaela Purdue can carry them through some of these games against the lower echelon of the conference. Unfortunately, now she's been out for, I think, the entirety of this losing streak, if I'm not mistaken. And so they've not been able to find just enough to win any of these games of late. So they'll come in at 1-9. The other 1-9 team in the conference is Houston. Kansas State arrives at 5-5. They're 12-11 overall. So again, it's not a great Kansas State team that they're going to face tonight at McHale Center. And with a full staff, or with a full complement of players, you would think, at home you might have a chance to beat a club that's average in the conference. But again, they're dealing not only with the injury to Michaela Purdue, Tanya Welch. I'll give you the injury report as we have it, to see if she is in fact on there. I don't know, but Tanya Welch has been dealing with some injuries. Denia Trammell has not played a whole lot in terms of minutes recently. So and this is a team that has to have all hands on deck. So the fact that there's multiple players that are out, that could potentially be problematic for Becky Burke and her club. Obviously, Tanyelle came back and played 9 minutes on Sunday, but that's the outside of the 2 times in the first 5 games. That's the lowest number of minutes she's played since December the 3rd, when she played just 13 minutes against Southern. I mean, she'd gotten to the point where she was damn near playing 40 minutes every night. So the fact that T. Welch could only give you 9, that again, that's another huge offensive piece, spark plug at the defensive end to not have in your lineup. And so we'll see kind of what she's able to give you tonight. I mentioned Denia Trammell, who, again, beginning of the year, showed some punch as potentially being a young forward who could give you some offense. I mean, she's had, scoring games. I think, when you look at the first 15 games, Denia Trammell had double digits in pretty much 11 of those first 15 games or so. But since the beginning, she had 12 points in the opener against Utah, Big 12 opener. But since then, 0, 6, 0, 1, 2, 6, 0, 2, 2. And a lot of that is injury related as well. But when you don't have her, you have a partial T. Welch, and you don't have Michaela Purdue. That's asking a lot of this lineup as it is currently constructed. Not that they haven't had some players who have stepped up. Samaya Sugapong, season high 25 points the other day. Cameron Kitchen has looked good. She's had to start. She's been pressed into the starting lineup and has played well. But again, young players that with not a lot of experience when you were depending on some redshirt seniors to kind of run this thing, some graduate seniors to kind of help push this thing forward into this season. So we'll see what happens tonight again, 6 o'clock. We'll talk more about this game coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Lori Burkhart from All Sports Tucson will join us. We'll get you set tonight for Arizona women's basketball at McKale Center. If you're heading to the game tonight, want to hear from you, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Based on what this team has right now, what is your expectation? What is your expectation for this Arizona women's basketball team based on what they have available to them right now? Is it high? Is it, hey, I just want to see them play strong. I want to see them be competitive. I'm not expecting wins. I just want to see a team that's competitive and plays hard and does does enough of what they can do with what they have. So we can talk about that. 520-848-1290 is the number. All right, I am here, and Dragon Ball is here today. Dragon Ball, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
So it has been a crazy day in the National Basketball Association because the trade deadline, I think it is coming past now, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
If I'm not mistaken, I think the trade deadline might be on
tomorrow?
Thursday.
Oh, it's tomorrow. We have another day. We have another 24 hours to go through this madness.
Yeah, I feel that there's going to be a couple more moves that are going to happen here just because there's a lot of guys that are, because we're looking at February the 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern time as the official cutoff day. We've already got a lot of names that just I'm going to be honest with you, DK. They just don't make sense.
Some of these deals don't make sense to you?
Some of the names that have been moved just don't make sense, especially to the teams that they were moved to. Like, I'm going to ask you, do you realize that the Clippers made another deal besides the James Harden deal yesterday? Which I'm sure is a big one for you, considering it involved your Cavaliers.
Right,
but the second Clippers move that just happened, Chris Paul was in the retirement home, but now the Clippers say, hey, take your retirement out of the country. You're going to Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris Paul officially a Toronto Raptor for however many minutes that may take before a buyout, I'm sure, is reached. But nonetheless, I wasn't aware that you could trade a guy that already said he was apparently retired. But, yeah, Chris Paul going to Toronto in a 3-team trade. And it would appear that the Mr. Lonzo Ball journey in Charlotte is officially gone away. That Lonzo Ball is officially moved. He is going. He's actually, this is Lonzo Ball, not
Lonzo from the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the Cavaliers have traded Lonzo Ball.
Was rumored on the blog as well.
Yeah, he's also, so we're still waiting for that one if that does actually come to fruition. But he's going. Lonzo is to Utah.
Something told me that was not going to work out, or that was not going to be a long-term fit in Cleveland.
Yeah, no, there's still, like I said, there's a lot of deals that are happening that either do make some sense or don't make some sense. Obviously, the biggest one from today, Anthony Davis on the injured reserve, basically, is being moved all the way to Washington from the Dallas Mavericks, showing once again Nico Harrison's movements are definitely not set in stone, and they are trying to move as far along from that history as they possibly can.
What of all these moves so far is the most shocking to you?
I would probably have to say the one that's the most shocking to me is the fact that someone was able to get the Oklahoma City Thunder to relinquish some draft picks. 76ers make a deal for Jared McCain. They send Jared McCain to the Thunder to go ahead and get 4 draft picks, which, again, one of those is a first rounder. 3 of them are second rounders, but that just goes to show you how much draft capital the Thunder had to make that deal and make it seem like, oh, well, they gave a lot away. They still have a lot still remaining in their pocket. And Jared McCain wasn't necessarily a bad pickup. I mean, he's been a bit of a downslope this season, only 6 points per game, just really kind of struggling to find himself some minutes on that Sixers team. But again, you go and bring him to a Thunder team that's already pretty guard heavy as it is. So you got to wonder what that move is going to accomplish in Oklahoma City. But again, it's going to be something to watch for sure. And again, we all mentioned, again, the Harden going to the Cavaliers. You've still got a lot going on. But let's not forget the biggest news of the day so far, DK. Lakers' Jackson Hayes suspended a game for shoulder checking the mascot of the Washington Wizards. You can't touch the mascot, man. We've learned this. We have to be respectful to the mascots.
Yeah, let's not push around mascots.
Nah.
That's not good. All right, you mentioned the Harden to Cleveland trade. Obviously, I'm a Cavaliers fan, so I have an opinion on that. We'll get to what that is. James Harden for Darius Garland when we come back. DK on the sports tip, hour number 1 of a 3-hour show today. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Okay, guys, no one likes to think about it, but if you provide for your family, you have to get life insurance. If something happens to you, who pays the mortgage, tuition, and other bills? Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance online in as little as 10 minutes. With no medical exam and just a few health questions, with Ethos, you could get up to $3 million in coverage. Some plans as low as $2 a day, billed monthly. Get your free quote today at ethos.com/Jim. ETHOS.com/Jim.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
The big game is almost here, and there is no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks. Who do you think will have a big day? Set your top picks and turn your knowledge into cash with Prize Picks. You'll get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. It's simple. Just pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. They also have early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game even finishes. Join millions of users on America's #1 sports picks app. Get in the game with Prize Picks, now available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you get the $50 credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance, making it easy to save you money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported along Oracle near Glen on Oracle to the south of Glen. Reported crash up north in Oro Valley, Oracle and Linda Vista and Oracle. Heavy backups northbound Oracle at McGee. Travel backed up on northbound Oracle from McGee to nearly Ina Road. 49 the overnight low, 80, sunny and breezy tomorrow, breezy and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk some Arizona women's basketball in the 4 o'clock hour. Lori Burkhart will join us from All Sports Tucson. We're going to talk some Arizona men's basketball in the 5 o'clock hour. Exciting weekend coming up at McHale Center. There'll be a game on Saturday against Oklahoma State at 2 o'clock. And it'll be a celebration of the 2001 team that went to the Final Four. That is a team that lost to Duke in the national championship game. That's one thing. It's funny when you think about the history of this men's basketball program, and you constantly hear about, how many, and they used to have it in the intro at McHale Center, how many Sweet 16s, how many Elite Eights, 4 Final Fours, as Luke Walton, 4 Final Fours, as they used to have in the old video, and then the one national championship. But there's not a whole lot of mention of the fact that, and I was like, I'm sure I was aware of this, but kind of just really had somewhat forgot that the Wildcats actually had played in another national championship game. I mean, 1997 was not the only national championship game that the Wildcats had ever played in. They don't really mention a whole lot in any of the videos or any of that thing that the Wildcats made it to that 2001 national championship game. So sometimes you can, when that's not mentioned, you kind of somewhat forget that that was a team that reached the pinnacle and had a shot in that on that last day to bring home that second national championship. Just came up short. And even though more mind-boggling, obviously, that this program, as good as it's been, has not been back to the Final Four since. It's the one thing that's kind of been the stickler for Arizona men's basketball, I think, ever since I got here. I mean, I remember when I came here in 2008, 2009, I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to cover a program that is going to have a chance to go to Final Fours. That'll be cool. That was one of the attractions. It's like somebody said, you want to come out and work and cover the University of Arizona? And I started writing down the reasons why I might want to come to Tucson when I was still living in Memphis. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good basketball program. National championship about 10 years ago. Final Four a few years ago at that point. It was, 2008. So, yeah, Final Four 7 years ago. Routinely in the Sweet 16. That's a program. Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go cover that. Pac-12, my home, growing up a Pac-12 kid and Pac-12 graduate. I was like, yeah, desert, warm weather. I remember coming to Arizona during my college years. I'm like, yeah, the desert. I like the desert. I remembered coming here to Tucson back in 1987 while working as a basketball manager for USC and George Raveling. And the second, I think it was the second, or was it the first? The first. No, it was the first. The first of the original round of the Pac-10 tournaments back in, it was my 4 years in college, coming here for the Pac-10 tournament that year. I was like, yeah, Tucson. Indians used to train there. Yeah, that might be a good place to live. So, yeah, but there have not been any Final Fours since I got here. So this could be the team that gets us all back to that promised land where we want to be. But still a long, long way to go. But I do want to play you here something that what Bruce Pearl the other night on TNT. Let's hear what Bruce Pearl had to say about our coach here, Tommy Lloyd.
I think Tommy Lloyd, I'll make this statement right now, and you could look at Michigan, you could look at a few other programs. I think Tommy Lloyd right now is the best coach in America that gets the least amount of talk. Who's talking about Tommy Lloyd as National Coach of the Year? The last 4 years at Arizona, 24 wins or more. The only thing he really hasn't done yet is make that run in the tournament. He will this year, and when he does, we're going to start talking about Tommy Lloyd like we do all the other Hall of Fame coaches.
Well, the pressure is on now. Bruce Pearl has said that Tommy Lloyd is one of the best coaches in the country. I mean, the record speaks for itself, and we talk about it every single day, or every single game anyway. He is on pace to be one of the best coaches in the first 5 years of running a program. Like Bruce mentioned, 24-plus wins every single year, but just has not been able to get past that Sweet 16 round. 3 Sweet 16s and 1 first-round exit in the first 4 years of the program. Sean Miller got to the Elite Eight twice. He couldn't get over that hump. Tommy Lloyd has not been able to get over the Sweet 16 hump. So the pressure's on. If there's one thing that people, if there's naysayers out there about your head coach, Tommy Lloyd, it's that he can't win the big one. His teams can't win the big one. So there's going to be even more pressure on this year's team based off what they've done right now. And Dragon Ball, it was interesting because we heard a lot of talk yesterday at the national championship celebration for the triathlon team about the pressure. Now, granted, a completely different kind of pressure because that was a team that had reached the pinnacle. Arizona Triathlon won a national championship last year, 2 years ago. Well, last year, 2024, in their second year, and was trying to win it again with a large amount of the same girls with some new young ladies sprinkled in, and how that team had to battle through some of that pressure. That was maybe my biggest takeaway from that event yesterday, especially when Margareta Vrablova, Marge, got up there and started talking about her year and the struggles she'd been through and how difficult it was, one of the most difficult years that she'd ever had. I mean, it's not an easy sport. That's why there's not a lot of people out there doing triathlons, because it's not an easy sport. It may look easy because, again, this is not Ironman. I mean, but still, you're swimming, you're running, you're biking. I mean, it generally is all done in about an hour, but still, that's an hour's worth of a grind that these women are going through. And like Marge, who had a race where she fell. I mean, anybody that's fallen off a bike knows that that's not fun. It's not fun to be going at a high rate of speed on a bike and fall off. Dragon Ball, did you ever fall off a bike growing up?
Oh, plenty of times. That's why I stopped riding them. That's why I stopped trying to learn.
Yeah, that's not fun. I still got a mark on my leg from falling off of a bike. My ex-compadre, if you follow my ex-compadre, Paul Sikala, he posted how he fell off his bike last week going downhill without a helmet.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
That's not a good idea.
No, good. But fortunate for him, he did not land on his head. But his arm is going to be in a sling for quite some time.
Oof.
So, yeah, falling off a bike is no fun, and to have to get back on and get back to racing. And credit to Marge. I mean, I think like 2 weeks after she fell off the bike was the home meet here, and she finished second. And then she finished second at Nationals. But admittedly said it was not an easy year. And go back and listen to the interview we did with Kelly Wetland yesterday, and how she talked about, hey, you know, it's when you're under that specter of being national champions and you're trying to repeat, it's not easy. It's not easy. And it's hard. I think the other top takeaway was when Kelly Wetland said it's hard to be a leader sometimes. You know, sometimes you have to. So there's a line between, because again, you're talking about a team that's probably about 10 women, and you're friends with a lot of these women, and sometimes you have to be friend, but sometimes you have to be captain, and sometimes captains have to have hard conversations with teammates who they consider friends. And that's not an easy thing to do. That's not an easy thing to do, especially for young people, we're talking about student athletes who are between the ages of 18 and 23. It's hard to be that leader at that age. It's one thing when you're getting paid millions of dollars and you're 30 years old and you can go up to a 23-year-old or a 22-year-old rookie and say, look, brother, that's not how we do it here. This is how we do it here. Get on board. But when you're talking about your peers, you're a 22-year-old trying to tell another 22-year-old, yeah, I'm the best one on this team. I'm the captain. I got to have that conversation with you that, hey, we need more than you're giving us here right now. You need to be on time. You need to work harder. All that stuff. That's hard. Those are hard conversations to have with your peers. It's not always easy. But the great ones can manage that. The great ones can manage that. And that's and how many times have you heard that some of the best teams in sports were teams that didn't even like each other? You know, your dad. The one story I go back to there was the '86 Mets.
Mm-hmm.
That was a team. They did not. There were guys. They hated each other. They hated. Imagine. I mean, I've been on some teams with some guys I didn't like. That's no. It's not a whole lot of fun. It's not a whole lot of fun. But sometimes those are the teams that do the best when there's real tension in that clubhouse every single night or every single game. So kudos to those ladies who were able to maybe get through some of that tension that they experienced being on the top of the mountain to stay on top of the mountain and be national champions for a second straight time. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I didn't even talk about James Harden in that segment.
We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll get back. We got 3 hours.
We got 3 hours.
Plenty of time to talk about James Harden. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
The jungle has moved to afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. I love numbers, like 100, as in 100%, as in TaxSlayer's 100% accuracy, guaranteed. And 0, as in $0, as in it costs $0 to file and get the refund you deserve with TaxSlayer Simply Free, if you qualify. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers with age, income, credit, and deduction restrictions. See TaxSlayer.com for eligibility requirements. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport, because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona women's basketball at home tonight against Kansas State, 6 o'clock at McHale Center. Get on down there and support the ladies. 7,800 of you did on Sunday. See if we can get that many for a Wednesday night game. That Dragon Ball, did you watch any of the Pro Bowl games last night?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. No. And you want to know why I know that I didn't waste any time not watching the Pro Bowl game? When I tried to look up the stats, because, again, we do have some Tucson connections there, obviously, at the Pro Bowl, well, not to mention Mr. Bourget, who we talked to not too long ago. We also had Bijan Robinson was there at the Pro Bowl games. Do you want to know what the interesting stat I found about the Pro Bowl games? That they have no stats.
Wow.
The ESPN Gamecast for the Pro Bowl has no information about who scored, the yards, or anything. If we're not going to keep track of anything other than the score, then we don't need to play it. That's my thought about the whole thing.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch any of it. I listened to some of it because it was on our radio station, but I did not really watch it at all.
It's a flag football game. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. If it were a high school game or something like that, I might have watched it. But this is a bunch of professional football players.
Are you into that just bring because are you into any type of because in the NBA we have these All-Star Weekend. We have celebrity softball, celebrity basketball games,
so
and
the celebrity
and
softball
baseball.
And
yeah, celebrity softball. So are you into any of that?
I love the celebrity softball and the celebrity basketball game. Which, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, Suns owner Matt Ishbia will be at the celebrity game for the All-Star game this year. So that'll be kind of cool. But I've always loved the celebrity All-Star game because you get some funny moments occasionally. I think one of my all-time favorites is when Justin Timberlake scored on Kenny Smith and no one let him hear the end of it. But nonetheless, it's just with the Pro Bowl, there's no real draw to it. Like I said, last time we talked about it, I said I miss the old quarterback club games where it was just guys would compete over quarterback gauntlets of who could throw the longest, who could fit the ball through all the little rings and everything like that. And those are fun because it's still competitive and it's not necessarily a in-game action. Yeah. So no one's going to get hurt. But at the same time, watching a bunch of guys play flag football and the score ends up being 62 to 58 or something, it's there's no joy here. There's no draw. If I were an advertiser, I'd be I wasted money putting advertisements on this.
Maybe we'll make that our question of the day. Maybe we won't. Did you watch the Pro Bowl games last night? Cricket is getting you home right now, though, every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. New crash reported in the foothills, Sunrise and Hacienda del Sol. Hacienda del Sol and Sunrise Drive. Also had an earlier wreck that occurred Oracle near Glen, reported on Oracle to the south of Glen, and some backups for travel headed northbound on Oracle at McGee. And I'm Cricket, and your weather, 49 the low, breezy, 80, sunny tomorrow, 78 now. That's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone.
You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slam it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Clicks don't show the full picture, but Cumulus Digital does. We show you exactly who saw your ad by name and address, and our campaigns beat industry benchmarks by over 25%. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to start outperforming.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Grabbed by Del Orso, who drives the baseline and slams it home. He did what?
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Robinhood, your money, your move. During Super Bowl week, there's been a push from NFL owners in the league to add an 18th game to the season. The NFL Players Association pushed back on Tuesday, saying its members have no appetite for an 18th game. I agree with the players. We don't need an 18th game. I'm Chris Black.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain. Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Another good night for your Phoenix Suns on the road in Portland.
Tremendous first half, that second quarter especially good. He came in and helped kind of change the momentum. Williams, a little jump step, slides inside. Oh, how about that reverse? Put the okie doke on the second year big. Iguodala with a handoff to Gillespie. Trying to get baseline. Pocket pass to Iguodala. Beautiful soft touch over the big man inside, clinging. And the Suns get it right back.
How many times does Collin do that?
Collin squares, fires, splash. Gave up the dribble, looking for a handoff. 5 on the shot clock now. Collin on a drive, tough fade, doesn't matter. New career high for number 12, Collin Gillespie. Allen gets the screen from O'Neal. Step back three on the way. Boom!
You've seen this here consistently. Man, what about that shot there? Oh, man, that's tough.
130 to 125. Suns win last night in Portland over the Blazers. What a game. What a three-point shooting display for your Suns, who played once again without Devin Booker, who missed his 6th straight game with an ankle injury. Jalen Green continues to deal with hamstring, and now they're calling they're weaving hip into that as well. He did not play. We'll get to that in a second. But the Suns hit 20 of 41. 20 of 41 from 3 in the game. That's just a tick under 50% from behind the arc. Collin Gillespie, a career high 30 points. Tied his career high. He had 8 3-point shots. Not to mention he dished out 10 assists in the contest. Afterwards, Jordan Ott on Collin Gillespie.
He just doesn't stop moving. You know, his energy, we're asking him to do a lot right now. And just his ability to move without the ball on top of his shot making off the dribble. He was able to find, even when he got inside the three-point line, he kept his dribble alive, really tried to probe for some teammates. Just overall. And then they're coming at you on the other end. It doesn't stop on the other end. They play super fast, especially for a Western Conference team. And they drive the ball as well as anyone. So it's an unrelenting style that they play on their offense that really puts a lot of pressure on you.
Collin Gillespie averaging just 14 points on the season to go along with 5 assists, but big numbers for Collin Gillespie. Dragon Ball, he's been an eye-opening second-year guy for this Phoenix Suns ball club.
I mean, they needed a point guard. I was screaming that in the offseason. They needed to find somebody that was going to be a determined ball handler at the top of the key to let just Devin Booker be the guy who gets the ball and works off the pass. Collin has been an absolute godsend for that because he does everything you want from the standpoint of what a true point guard does. He's had such an amazing run recently. Seeing him drive under the basket, not looking for a shot, but just going underneath on the baseline, going underneath the cup, drawing in the defense, and then kicking out to the shooters that the Suns have. It almost looks exactly like Steve Nash in that 7 seconds or less offense, where you get the point guard that draws in so much attention down low and then just guys open from beyond the arc. It's everything this Suns team needs to get that spacing and get the bigs that they do have, get them easier shots in the paint. Colin has been, I would argue, probably the most impressive player so far going into the All-Star break for this Sun squad.
Grayson Allen, 6 trays last night. He scored 24 points. Suns were down as many as 19 in the first quarter of that game against Portland, but they win for the 7th time in 10 games. Mark Williams, 24 points, 12 rebounds in the contest. Jordan Goodwin, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 steals off the bench. An easy night for Dylan Brooks. He didn't have to do any of the heavy lifting. The reigning Western Conference Player of the Week. I don't think we mentioned that earlier this week. We had a lot of stuff going on, but he is, in fact, the Western Conference Player of the Week. He had 11. Royce O'Neal also had 11 in the ball game. Oso Ighodaro, also big for this team off the bench as he continues to be playing in that interior alongside Mark Williams at times. Oso played 21 minutes, had 8 points and 5 rebounds and 6 assists. That's pretty good for 21 minutes.
Plus 16 for that plus minus. That's what you really want to see from a backup big, is that if he's not making a lot of mistakes, that's exactly what you want from a backup big.
Yeah, plus 16 indeed. That was the highest plus minus of anybody on the team. Let's hear Jordan Ott on Mark Williams and Oso Ighodaro.
There in the fourth, also had been out there for a long stretch, and we know he's almost like the secondary initiator at times with so much pressure the way they do it. It's just the point guard and him at times. So we knew we had to give him a break. And then I thought Mark had a huge offensive rebound when we were kind of stuck a little bit. Again, just his size, his ability to catch above the rim, his ability to finish really came into play there late in the game in the fourth.
Mark Williams, 11 boards total to go along with those 24 points. He had 6 of those at the offensive end to lead the team. And we mentioned Grayson Allen shooting threes, 6 of 11, but also the guy right now with no Booker that Jordan Ott is comfortable having the ball in his hands late in the game.
We've talked about it, and we want him with the basketball. We know we're going to get a good shot up, whether it's him or whether it's a teammate. He just has a knack to get into the paint. He has a knack to get fouled. He has a knack to just make plays, and we trust him with the ball in his hands. So that's just an added piece that we have when we do get fully healthy, that we're going to have another ball handler that not only can shoot it, not only can defend, but then also make plays off the bounce.
All right, well, let's go back to what he just said there. When we get fully healthy, and this might be the question of the day today, is Jalen Green ever going to be fully healthy this season? I'm beginning to believe that we're not going to get a whole lot out of Jalen Green this season.
I think that at this point, it's going to be really telling about what's going to happen post All-Star break. Because, again, you're going to get a lot of time off, and you're going to get a lot of those guys that, they're going to be at the facility just kind of getting worked on and prepare for that stretch run in the second half. If he's not back up and running with the squad within the first 3 to 4 games after the All-Star break, I think that's it. I think it's done. And it's not any, saying anything bad about him or anything like that. Hamstrings are tough. I mean, they're probably the most tricky tissue issue you can have as an athlete, because you can be fine one day and it just going to tighten up on you the next. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And if he's also throwing in a hip issue with that on top of it, now I'm starting to get a little nervous about what exactly is going on with the rehab and everything he's doing. So if he's not back by the first 3 or 4 games after the break, then I'm going to start thinking maybe you just shut him down.
All right, so they've played 51. There are 4 games left before the break, so that'll take us to 55. Let's just say 60. If you, like you said, 4 or 5 games after the break, we'll take that to 60. So that would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be the rest of February. So by March 1st, March 3rd is the first game of March is March 3rd at Sacramento. So you would have 22 games left at that point. He's played 5. So if he played all 22, that would give him 27. So maybe the question of the day is, do you expect Jalen Green to play more than 20 games? Is that a fair number?
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair
That's
one.
a fair number. All right, so we're going to make that our question of the day. I'll get that up on Twitter here during the break. Do you expect Jalen Green to play more than 20 games for the Suns this season? He's played 5. Now, take out those 5 games, he would have 27 after the break. Total to play 15. Do you anticipate he'll play more than 20 games this season? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll dive into that. We'll talk some Arizona women's basketball in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll let you hear from Becky Burke. We'll let you hear from Samaya Sugapong, and we'll talk to Lori Burkhart from All Sports Tucson about tonight's game against Kansas State. Right now, Dragon Ball's here. He has everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona and sports around the world.
Well, the Arizona women's basketball team, you mentioned that earlier, DK, will be tipping off today for some Big 12 action out at McHale Center tonight at 6 o'clock. You can hear that game over on our sister station at KTUC 1400 as Becky Burke's squad looks to end a 6-game losing streak as they take on Kansas State squad, currently sitting also in the bottom half of the conference there. And one thing that we maybe have neglected to mention or go in depth on, Mike LaFleur has officially been introduced as the next head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. In a press conference that was yesterday back in Phoenix, LaFleur spoke highly on the Cardinals front office and the process they went to reach their eventual decision.
Incredibly honored and humbled to be standing here. What a 48 hours it has been. Like I just said, I'm honored to be the head football coach here of the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm going to tell you why, over these next 5 minutes, and probably will come out, through some of these questions. I do want to thank, just like Michael just said right there, just the Cardinals organization, all right, specifically, all right, Dave Sears, Rob Kissel, Sean Mayo, all right, Mark Dalton. I know it's been a thorough and detailed process that you guys have had to go through, but you guys did it the right way. And I promise you, when I said this, and I've told a few people this, the way you guys did it just showed me you guys wanted to get this thing right. Now, I'm not saying you got it right. I hope you got it right, all right, but you ended up putting the time and the hard work and the detailed process to get to where you had to get to. So I really appreciate that, and I know it wasn't easy.
Again, LaFleur is the 12th head coach for the Cardinals franchise since their move out to Arizona, so best of luck to Coach LaFleur. And the college football playoff will not have a New Year's Eve game this upcoming season due to scheduling conflicts with the NFL. Now, to remove this possible conflict, the college football quarterfinals will be played now on Wednesday with a triple header on Friday. So the Eve Bowl games will be the Fiesta Bowl on Wednesday, and the triple header on Friday, January the 1st of 2027, will be the Cotton Bowl, the Peach Bowl, and the Rose Bowl. And that will be how they will avoid having to conflict with the NFL for Thursday night football. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
Give the show a couple of weeks. You're not going to like it. Nobody likes this show the first time they heard it. My wife hated the show. I married her. Give it 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks you can honestly say to me, you know what, Rome, I did it. I listened to every day for 2 weeks, and the truth is, I hate you more now than I did the first day. Then I'm going to be man enough to say to you, you know what, you probably aren't that smart. You need 2 more weeks.
We love Jim Rome every Monday through Friday on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Harrison and Speedway Boulevard. We've got Sunrise Drive and Hacienda del Sol in the foothills, also Oracle south of Glen. Some slowdowns, busy travel, Irvington and Palo Verde, road work there. Ina and Oracle, and also northbound on Oracle at McGee. 49 the overnight low, breezy, 80 and sunny tomorrow, 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Every morning, we rise and shine. Make breakfast,
and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400, AZROC 214570.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
The dice are hot and the cash is calling at Casino del Sol. Every day, swipe your Club Sol card for a free entry into our Friday drawings at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Plus, every 250 slot or table points gets you an extra entry. If your name is drawn, you'll step up and roll the dice. And if you hit 5 of a kind, you'll take home $5,000 in cool cash. Only at Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
It's the biggest game on the planet, and nobody breaks it down like Jim Rome.
Who do you think will be the last one standing this year?
Fearless debate and the best callers in sports.
On any given week, you have lots to beef about. Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
Big games, big opinions, and zero mercy.
We'll get to all of that. You've been warned.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
A lot to get to, and I'm not sure you're going to like all of it. I don't even care if you like all of it or not. I have a job to do.
The Jim Rome Show.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. So glad you could be with us today. Back in studio after another road trip. Yesterday out to campus to celebrate Arizona's national champion triathlon team. We'll be with you today, tomorrow, and then Friday. Of course, we'll be with you Saturday as well. Arizona men's basketball. Arizona women's basketball tonight at McHale Center. Wildcats, Kansas State. Samaya Sugapong coming off a 25-point performance on Sunday in the loss to Oklahoma State. Let's hear from Becky Burke on Samaya's recent scoring stretch.
7 straight games for Samaya in double figures. We like to say when you're in that, you're in your bag. I think Samaya was in her bag in that game. You know, when people guard you a certain way, like going under ball screens, like she was able to just step behind those ball screens and shoot it with confidence. And she's one of the players on our team that has the skill set to do so. So I just thought she did a really good job reading the defense and taking what they were giving her. She wasn't forcing shots. She wasn't being a ball hog. She was really just taking what they were giving her. And, you know, over the last, 7 games or so, Samaya has just been playing with a tremendous amount of confidence, which is something I'm happy to see.
She's raised her scoring average from 6 points to 9 points over those 7 games with the 25-point performance, 9 of 16 on Sunday against Oklahoma State, 5 of 7 from 3. That was the most three-pointers she had hit in a season. Transfer from UC San Diego, starting to really find her offensive groove, and that's good to see. Samaya talked to, of course, you heard the crowd in the background. That was from last night's Becky Burke radio show over at the Sands Club. You can hear Becky every week over there with Derek Palmer and company. They always have a really strong throng out there to watch those shows. Let's hear a little bit from Samaya just on her recruitment from the portal and why she chose Coach Burke.
Yeah, I was super excited when she called me. I mean, the university has, its own reputation. I think everybody would love the chance and opportunity to play at a school like this. And I was on the phone, came out here on a visit probably a couple of days later, and I was like, I don't think I could pass this up, and committed on the visit. So yeah.
And since she, again, the Wildcats have kind of needed her to be that scoring punch since the exit of Michaela Purdue to injury, and she's had double-digit shot games in 6 of those 7 games in which she scored double figures. She had 11 shots against BYU, just 7 in the loss to Central Florida, but then came back and since then has had 13, 12, 16, 11, and 16. So, and shooting more from 3 as well since she has stepped into this new offensive role. Samaya, on what the team has done to have defense lead to offense so far during this latest stretch.
We sort of put in a new ball screen coverage these past couple of days. A lot of their offense ran through ball screen, so just seeing my man and then seeing where the ball's going and reacting on the flight of the ball, and just when we got the good stops, it was sort of all of us moving and rotating on the flight of the ball as one. Everyone knows where they're going next, and then finishing with the box out. Those were our best possessions when we got good stops. So just trying to get more of those and staying focused on the game plan and what coverages we're in and things like that throughout the whole game.
I mentioned Kansas State coming in tonight, 6 o'clock tip-off over at McHale Center. They are won at ASU over the weekend. They are 5-5 in conference play, just 1 game above 500. So an average Big 12 team. You would think that, again, this is a game that potentially the Wildcats might be able to steal. Let's hear from Becky Burke a little bit on this Kansas State team that they're going to face tonight.
He's always had very good bigs. And this year, I mean, their bigs are solid, but he's always had all conference caliber bigs, and he doesn't have those this year. So they're having to be way more guard oriented, which I think is just different for them, and they're trying to navigate through that.
This is a game that, again, the Wildcats, it's not going to get much easier as this stretch goes on. They've lost 6 in a row. They got to take a tough road trip, but the West Virginia-Cincinnati trip is never going to be the easy trip in any year, and this year won't be any different. So you got to head on the road. You'll come home for round 2 on Valentine's Day against Arizona State. Colorado is one of those teams that's right up there at the top in the upper echelon of the conference. Then you got to go down to Baylor. Not going to be easy. Home against Houston, that's a game that you should absolutely win. They're the other team at the bottom of the rung, and then having to travel to Utah. So if you could steal one here against Kansas State, heading out onto the road to give you some momentum at West Virginia and Cincinnati, that's something that this club would really, really like to see and would really give them a little bit of a boost as they head into the final part of the schedule in the Big 12. All right, if you're headed down to the game tonight, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Love to hear from you on your thoughts. Arizona women's basketball. Again, we are going to chat with Lori Burkhart coming up a little bit later in this hour. We'll get her thoughts. She'll be down at the game tonight. Kind of, we don't do an official pregame show for Arizona women's basketball, but, we'll give you a little view from courtside from Lori Burkhart. Let's take a quick look at the injury report, the availability report, not the injury report, but the availability report. This is from yesterday. We'll get another one here. The game starts at 6, so we'll get another one here at the bottom of the hour. So we'll let you know if it's updated here after 4:30. But right now, the two familiar names that have been on the availability report for the last few weeks or so, Michaela Purdue out and Montea Dew, of course, out. She has not played the entire season. None of the other players who are, quote, not completely healthy have been listed on the availability report for the University of Arizona. That's just kind of how they roll in that respect. All right, don't forget, stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Listen to Arizona Wildcats play-by-play on the app. You can listen to Brian Jeffries. That's right, all the games are streamed on our app, the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Get the latest news on your teams and more all in one place. If you want to know your Diamondbacks, you know, they have made some moves lately. That is all on the app. So download the app. Let's see. In fact, I'll tell you right now. If you go to the app, your number one story right now on the app is the Cardinals look like they're going to hire an offensive coordinator. We mentioned Mike LaFleur, and you'll hear from him coming up a little bit later as well. Mike LaFleur, the new head coach, looks like he's bringing in Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. Nathaniel Hackett spent 3 seasons on the Green Bay Packers staff under Mike LaFleur's brother, Matt. So he's going to come over here now and be the offensive coordinator. He was with the Denver Broncos. You remember that he was their head coach. Only lasted a season, though, in that role. So Nathaniel Hackett, likely the new offensive coordinator for your Arizona Cardinals. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store. You can also get it at Google Play today. The Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions. Show the Wildcats Radio 1290 crew when you're out. Show us the app on your phone. Like we were out yesterday, bring your app to us. Show me your app on the phone. I'm going to tell you how you have a chance to win $100. That's only at official stops. Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. We're going to, obviously, with spring coming up, we're going to be out a little bit more. We've had a bunch of winners. I think there's one winner per month on that for that $100. So shout out. We've had Susan A. We've had Anna G. We've had Sarah C. We've had Rachel A. Well, that's Rachel, the Rachel A. I know. Hilda B. Louisa C. Leilania B. And then I guess in October they decided to start going to real full names, or maybe it's just the women, because the first part of that list was all ladies. They didn't maybe want to give their last names because like November, December, we've got full names, but they're both men, Brendan Morris and John Strada. So I don't know if that's how that works. But there you go. All right, let's hear from our guy, Paul. You are on DCAN Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, David. Thanks for taking my call. Just real quick, I have enjoyed watching the Lady Wildcats play this year. They're competitive, and that's nice. Regardless of the score, it's going to take a year or two. They get a few more shooters, gets a little bit more size. I think they'll be okay. But I was really calling you about the Cardinals hire. It's interesting how the Cardinals' brother, Matt in Green Bay.
Matt and Mike. And Matt was at the press conference yesterday.
And Matt was at the press conference.
Yeah.
So how far away was Matt's new defensive coordinator?
Right?
just down the street, sitting in his house in Paradise Valley, probably. Hey, I love Jonathan Gannon. I've had a chance to meet him a couple times, and I'm not name dropping, but he's a gentleman. He really is. He's a gentleman, and he'll do well. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But with Mike LaFleur, it's interesting. One of the stations up here spoke to him after the initial press conference and asked him the point-blank question about Kyler, and he did the correct response. We're going to get into a room and we're going to talk about all that. So basically, that's basically what they said. So I looked at I obviously need to get a life. I looked at some of the free agents who are available right now for quarterbacks, and it's to me, it's kind of slim pickings right now. You know, if you want to say Jimmy Garoppolo, like, no, I'm just kidding, but he is on the list. But there's some other couple names, but nobody who you'd be like, okay, maybe we could bring him in. For instance, bring him in because Jacoby Brissett is the same as that other guy, but you know, Jacoby and Kyler, they're such different. There's such a difference in their style, right?
Yeah.
So which direction do you go? If you're really an offensive coordinator type coach, and you're the head coach now, you're gonna have to pick a lane. He's gonna have to pick one. I have no idea which way he's gonna go. I really don't. And it's really interesting, but it'll be quiet until right before draft day. I think it's gonna be really quiet. And if they move him on draft day, well, you know, that's another thing. But I think there's something to do with coming up here in March. There's another like $19 million guaranteed for Kyler.
Oh boy.
Based on certain things. I may be wrong. Maybe it's either this March or next March. I'm not sure. But I know he's $40 million against the cap this year, something to that effect. So, but I don't know. I don't know what to think. The only thing I can look forward to with the Cardinals is that the home schedule is going to be a lot of fun. When you've got Denver coming into town and Detroit coming into town and even the Jets coming into town. So that's kind of fun. And, of course, all the NFC West, monsters. So, but I don't know what to think about this hire. I think very, very good press conference, as they always all are. I don't know what else to say. It's one of those, here we go again. Wait and see, and we'll just run it out.
Exactly, Paul. I mean, that's what it is because, I think the only difference between this guy and Jonathan Gannon is this guy's offense and Jonathan Gannon was defense. And I think right now the success you're seeing in a lot of these teams are because of offensive-minded guys. And so I think that's really what this was about. I don't know why. I wonder why there's not maybe more juice in the coaching realm about wanting to come and coach here in Arizona. I wonder how much that has to do with Michael Bidwell, that you can't get an established guy, that this is the third, I think, coordinator that they've hired in succession here. So, I mean, again, he obviously, I think the thing that impresses me most about Mike LaFleur is he basically took a quarterback who couldn't even stand up during training camp and propped him all the way to the NFC Championship game. So that's saying something right now. Granted, Matthew Stafford can play, but there was a lot of question about whether he'd be able to play, physically this season.
Oh, I know.
And they were able to take what he has still and get as far as they did, which I thought was really impressive.
That is amazing. I mean, and think about it. They were one muffed punt away from possibly even winning that game. When you really think about it, they'd be in the Super Bowl right now. But I guess it's just a situation that this team's just going to have to. I'm not a fan of Marvin Harrison, and I'll say that. So if the Cardinals want to package Kyler and Marv, send them both packing the same place, I'm fine with that. And then the other obvious thing.
That's more on your guy Monty than it is any coaches.
That's exactly it. And you look at Monty's couple defensive picks that he's made the last 2 years. Both those guys, I think, combined probably have less than 7 or 8 starts between them. Something like that. So that's not good. If you get defensive linemen and they're not playing football and they had an opportunity to play 34 games and they only play 7, 8, 9, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's not a good. That doesn't show well. And how do you tell your defense? Oh, by the way, we've got these kids, but you guys aren't going to be able to use them because they're hurt, and that's not good for the the morale. But hey, David, thanks a lot. Bear down, and you just will. It's only February. We got a long way till football, but we'll just worry. We'll just worry about our 22-0. How about that? We'll just do that. We'll keep doing that.
There you go. Let's keep doing
that.
Appreciate it, Paul.
Take care. Thank you.
Paul in Phoenix. All right, let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We're going to chat some Arizona women's basketball with Lori Burkhart from All Sports Tucson, who will be covering the game tonight at McHale Center. I'm actually going to go down there, too, and check out the ladies tonight, see if they can end this losing streak. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. With collisions that are reported working a wreck Twin Peaks Road near I-10 east of I-10 on Twin Peaks Road, northbound Oracle north of Grant Road. That was a vehicle into a fire hydrant. Northbound restrictions on Oracle north of Grant. Also collisions at Harrison and Speedway. Country Club at 5th 6th Street. Northbound slowing on Country Club approaching 5th 6th Street. 49 the overnight low, breezy, 80 and sunny tomorrow. Breezy and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
Tune in February 7th as your top-ranked Arizona Wildcats host Oklahoma State at McHale Center.
The triple team put up the shot and he's fouled.
Pre-game starts at 10:30 a.m. and tip-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low-pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hi, I'm Mike Yan with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. While the Seahawks and Patriots continue their Super Bowl preparations, the rest of the league finalizing new coaching staffs. In Cleveland, Todd Monken met with the media for the first time as Browns head coach. He was asked what his plans are for the team's quarterback position.
Well, I think like any position on the team, that's still to be determined. Am I excited about Shedeur? Am I excited about all the quarterbacks in the room? Am I excited to coach this football team? Absolutely. I can't wait for them to get back and for us to get started.
The Cardinals also introduced their new head coach, Mike LaFleur, today. He helped lead the top-ranked offense in the league as Rams offensive coordinator this season. And John Harbaugh has found his OC as the Giants are hiring former Bears head coach and chief offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, Arizona women's basketball, Kansas State tonight at McHale Center, 6 o'clock tip-off. Coverage on Freedom 1400 at 5:45 with Derek Palmer. Wildcats trying to break a 6-game losing streak, dealing with a lot of injuries at this point in the season. Let's talk a little bit about it. Joining us, Lori Burkhart with All Sports Tucson. She'll be covering the game tonight. Lori, great to have a chance to chat with you. And I said at the top of the show, Lori, that, again, this is a team that we didn't expect a whole lot from. We didn't expect this team to be in the upper echelon of the Big 12. So the fact that they're not is not any surprise to anybody. But unfortunately, though, for them, they've had a number of different injuries. Leading scorer Michaela Purdue is out. Tanya Welch has been ailing. Denia Trammell. It is that those last two really have sapped what you thought might be a group that potentially could survive an extended absence from Michaela Purdue. But it's just been rough when you don't really have all the quote bullets in the gun to try to get things done in a tough conference.
No, you're exactly right. It was going to be a tough road, even with Mickey Purdue and T and Trammell, healthy. So it was a tough road no matter what. This is just adding a little bit of dousing the fire a little bit more. But I can definitely tell you that the team is they're fighters, and they're not giving up at all. And in fact, last game against Oklahoma State, they came out in that first quarter, and I think we all thought, oh, wow, here we go. They just looked really good. And then Oklahoma State was just a little bit too much for them as far as strength and getting into that basket, which is what Arizona has always kind of lived by, is points in the paint. And they just got out-rebounded, and the points in the paint were just crazy on Oklahoma State's side. So by the end of the game, but they're there, and they're working, and they're trying really, really hard.
We're chatting with Lori Burkhart, All Sports Tucson. Lori, what's just maybe been your overall assessment of this team and this first season under Becky Burke?
Well, you said it. There weren't huge expectations coming in. I honestly think that the women's basketball fans are probably some of the most understanding fans when you look at all of Arizona's sports. I know, like, year one of Brett Brennan. People were already calling for his head, even though he really hadn't had a chance to do anything yet. That's not happening with Becky Burke. Everybody's being very patient with her. She was very clear when she came in that it's going to be a building process. She's doing a good job. Becky Burke is a winner, and she knows how to build good teams. So I think everybody's kind of sitting back on their heels right now and just waiting to see what will happen the next couple of years to this program. And honestly, my thought is seeing the players, seeing the coaches, seeing how they're all coming together, seeing how everybody wants to play for Becky, even in, as Becky called it, a valley that they're in right now. They want to play for her. That she's not just a good coach, she's a good people person, and she knows how to connect with them. So I think that overall this year, they're pretty much where we thought they would be. Maybe we thought there would be one or two more wins in the conference, and there still could be one or two more wins in the conference before the end of the regular season is over. But yeah, I think it's just patience right now.
What have you noticed about maybe the dynamic of this coaching staff? I mean, obviously you got Michelle Marciniak, one of the greatest players of all time, as the general manager, and you got Julie Haregrove back, who spent a ton of years in the WNBA on that bench as well, and some, maybe lesser-known assistants there as well. But what have you noticed maybe about the dynamic of this staff, how they work together, and how they're trying to set the foundation for this program? Yeah, I think that, not only did Coach Burke come in with all new players, she came in with basically all new staff too, all new assistant coaches, all new general manager, and it has taken some time to gel together as a coaching staff. But I can tell you, and Coach Burke said this, I think it was last presser, that she's learning to listen to these people with all of this experience and taking what they're saying to her and picking out the pieces and pulling it all together. You can see that they all respect each other. Every single person on that coaching staff respects each and every other person. And that is going to, as long as they can stay together, at least for the next couple of years, that is going to spell major success for this program. We're chatting with Lori Burkhart, All Sports Tucson. It's the Wildcats and the Wildcats tonight. The Purple Cats from Kansas State in town for a little women's basketball game at McHale Center. Obviously, we mentioned the injuries at the top, but there's been some promising young ladies who have stepped up to the forefront, and you begin to start to wonder. Obviously, you're seeing maybe some different players get that opportunity now. Samaya Sugapong, who I thought would be more of an impact player early on, but again, she had to kind of find her role on this team, and she's been able to spread her wings a little bit more now with the absence of Michaela Purdue in there. Cameron Kitchen has been a little bit of a surprise. You're starting, I think, maybe to see some of the formulation of what could be a nucleus for this team moving forward into next year. Nolani Cornfield won't be here, graduate student. Mickey will be gone, graduate student. But what have you liked about Cameron Kitchen and what you've seen for her since she's had to take on the bigger role? I'll tell you, that girl got some energy. And not only that, she has basketball skills and knowledge that for her age and where she's at is pretty tremendous. The more playing time that she gets, the more we see what Cam can be. She still has a few problems with turnovers. She still has a few problems with maybe getting a little too ahead of herself, but that's all starting to calm down a little bit for her. And I would say in the last couple of games, we're seeing more of the Cameron Kitchen that we're going to be seeing even next year. She's been able to hit some pretty serious threes at a really good point in the game. Samaya, come on, that girl she's on fire and has really, 7 games in a row now. She's hit double digits. She's really stepped in to where Mickey was. They've really needed that. It's just they've got to get some more people in there scoring. Blessing or Addie Adebanjo did a really good job last game, so she might see some more playing time. And then Molly Ludwig, she is starting to see more playing time, freshman. So even though this season is that valley that Coach said,
these freshmen and sophomores are getting some really good playing time and really learning that collegiate level that is so different from high school when they come in. I just really see that core group of freshmen, sophomores, even the juniors that are on there, but most of the freshmen, sophomores really like starting to read each other. I think one of the things that we noticed last game, and especially the game before that, is that they're really sharing the ball and they're passing and they're able to read each other's eyes and they know where they're going to go with the pass or the ball, or it's starting to all come together for those younger players. And that's just going to be 100% helpful for next year.
You mentioned like obviously the younger players. Another one in that group is Molly Ladwick. We've kind of seen her play a little bit more as well. Do you think she's a player that could potentially be a prominent rotation player moving forward?
Absolutely. I actually talked to Coach Burke a little bit about Molly because she had a little bit of playing time and she didn't have some playing time, and we were just kind of wondering what was happening with Molly. And Coach Burke basically said, Molly's a shooter, and they trust her with that. She needs to get a little bit more, I don't know, not healthy, but physically able to run up and down that court and really get to be able to defend in a really tough environment and then turn around and, shoot down the court again on the offensive side. But I can tell you that watching Molly in the last few games so that she's been able to get those minutes, talk about, I really believe that Molly's going to be your three-point shooter. She's really good. She could play the point. She's got that in her too, but she's, as a freshman, just getting in there just a few minutes of playing time each game. She's really starting to come into her own.
Lori Burkhart is our guest. It is Arizona and Kansas State tonight at McHale Center. Tip-off coming up at 6 o'clock. Our coverage will begin over on Freedom 1400 with Derek Palmer at 5:45. Last home game before the ladies head out back east on the West Virginia-Cincinnati trip. Lori, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us, and we look forward to your coverage tonight.
Thank you so much, Evan. Everybody get there early to get their We Love Women's Sports t-shirts.
Oh, there you go. We Love Women's Sports giveaway tonight. Make sure you definitely get there early for that. Lori Burkhart from All Sports Tucson. You can follow her on the Twitter at Lori, Lori Burkhart, Burkhrt. Thanks, Lori.
Thank you, David. Bye-bye.
All right, Lori Burkhart on the call tonight from Arizona women's basketball at McHale Center. Looking forward to that game and seeing the Wildcats get back on the winning track. Again, this is a game they can steal. This is a game I think they can steal tonight, but everything's got to go right. Everything's got to go right. Maybe we'll, again, I don't know. We'll find out here. I think, let's see. So on the other side of the break, because we should have gotten the other injury report or the final injury report. We'll see on the other side of the break if that has changed at all. Availability report. Thank you. Availability report. We'll see if that has changed at all for tonight's game. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Fort Lowell west of Columbus with some westbound slowing. Colb Road and Golf Links, it's a vehicle into a tree. Twin Peaks Road east of I-10 clearing, also crash northbound, slowdowns northbound on Country Club approaching 5th, 6th Street. Northbound Oracle north of Grant, vehicle into a fire hydrant. 49 the overnight low, breezy, 80 and sunny tomorrow and 77 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries. the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Previous turnaround jump hook is good. Gawaka takes away the rebound and slams it home. It's a man's game.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage. Donors are needed now to make sure patients across the country receive life-saving care. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a Neighborly company.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Cold and flu season has arrived. You can trust Exergen's new TAT 2000C Plus thermometer to give you accurate and reliable temperature readings for the whole family with just a gentle forehead scan. And right now, the new Exergen TAT 2000C Plus is available on Amazon for less than $20.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids chewables provide fast relief for common stomach issues, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids chewables. Fast relief for little tummies. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The NFL Players Association said yesterday that the players have no appetite for an 18th game, and honestly, neither should you. A longer season will lead to more injuries, shorter careers, and some form of labor disagreement. The final week of the season rarely matters, albeit for a few games anyway, but the NFL is a machine that must always grow no matter what the cost, even if that cost is the health of their own players. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Fusion cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. If you're headed down to the Arizona women's basketball game, want to hear from you. Give us a call. What are your expectations right now with this team? Down their top scorer, 2 other prominent players, limited with minor injuries. The latest availability report just came out. No new Wildcats on it. Michaela Purdue out, Montea Dew out, but there is an interesting name on the other side. Janessa Cotton has been added to the Kansas State side of the coin as a game-time decision. Janessa Cotton played at Santa Ana Mater Dei, went to Duke initially, transferring to Kansas State. She has started the majority of their games this season. Doesn't score a whole lot, but has started, I believe, all but 4 of their games this season. But she may be out of the game tonight, so that is something to keep an eye on right there. 6 o'clock again, tip-off tonight, 5:45, our coverage. Freedom 1400, Derek Palmer will be on the call. All right, last night we had money on the Joker against the Pistons.
Fresh into the game, hadn't lost his stroke.
Nuggets inside, the Joker misses. The Joker follows and fills it up.
Yeah, no configuration, not surprising.
Jokic with a long gun, and it goes.
Yeah, not surprising at all.
Clock's at 5 for the Joker, and the Joker leans in and misses, but taps in his own miss.
Is there anybody better?
All right, so Dragon Ball, the line was Nikola Jokic. Well, see, here's what they did. They told us, the people at Westwood on Sports, told us to take the over on points, rebounds, and assists for Nikola Jokic at 42.5. Take the over. Okay. So J-Dub kind of liked that. I didn't like it because, again, I actually thought it was the second night of a back-to-back, but actually tonight's the second night of the back-to-back.
Yeah.
They had a day off. Had I been under that, I might have gone with what they said. So I went with the under 42.5 for Nikola Jokic. 24 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. So if your U-High math is what your U-High math is, that equals 43. 43 on a line that was 42.5. So we took the under. They told us to take the over. We took the under. They were right on that one. So we lost on Nikola Jokic last night.
And it's 4 offensive rebounds on the night. That's where it kind of ends up hurting you a little bit there.
Yeah. Don't necessarily think he's going to go in there and get a lot of offensive boards.
No.
Well,
not against Detroit, because Detroit's been actually pretty good this year in limiting offensive chances. I mean, Jalen Duren, I would argue he's probably the best big man in the Eastern Conference right now. I'd put my money on that. But, yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one to lose at the last possible moment, probably.
All right, there you go. So we took a hit on that one. But tonight is the second night of that back-to-back. They are now on to New York to face the Knicks. So we have a play in that game for you.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the Brooklyn.
Sports. Knicks and the Nuggets square off tonight at the Garden, and I think Jalen Brunson will be dropping plenty of dimes in this one. Brunson's assists this season are down quite considerably from last year as the Knicks offense has changed under Mike Brown, but there's something about this matchup with Denver that turns Brunson into the ultimate facilitator. In the last 3 meetings with the Nuggets, Brunson has totaled 17, 15, and 9 assists. I like Brunson to go over his assist total tonight, again, versus the Nuggets. I'm Pat Will. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so he didn't give you what the number was there. The number is 5.5. 5.5 assists for Jalen Brunson is the number there. Now, that's actually a really good number because he seems to be right around 4 or 6, depending on the game. So 5.5 is a really good number there. They say take the over on that 5.5 assists. So what do you think there, Dragon Ball?
I think that's probably...
Should we flip that or should we stay with that?
I say we probably stay with that. I mean, this is going to be a situation where, again, Brunson's actually been playing pretty well. He's coming off of a 13-assist game against the Lakers just a couple nights ago on Sunday. So I could definitely see him being a bit more of a facilitator in this game, especially when you're dealing with a team that if they're going to play Jokic a lot in this game, I doubt it, considering, again, we're in the second half of a back-to-back. So you're going to have a lot of interior open. Valanciunas, love the guy to death. I don't think he's going to be able to get a lot of stopping because he's about as old as you can get for a backup center. I like Brunson getting those assist numbers up.
Okay, so it was the better money play is the under, although it has switched. I mean, the line is moved. We had it initially on our sheet as taking the under because we're flipping it at plus 135 at 5.5. The number's now 6.5 for Jalen Brunson. So if we take the over on that, we're getting it at minus 118. So I'm going to let you make the call on this. So if you say we're going to take the over, we'll take the over. We'll stay with what the folks at Westwood One tell us to do, and we'll take the over on that at 6.5 at minus 118.
Yeah, not to mention also, I just want to quickly state, I don't think I've seen a fan base flip the switch between, oh, woe is us, it's awful, we're totally going to get choked out in the first round of the playoffs, to being, oh, we're one of the best teams in the East. No one wants to face us right now. At the start of January, this Knicks fan base was absolutely livid about how they were not living up to potential for a wide-open Eastern Conference with all the injuries to the Pacers, to the Celtics. They were behind a couple of those teams in the running for the Eastern Conference. Now all of a sudden they're back to being number 2 in the East, just behind Detroit. And now all of a sudden Knicks fans is like, oh yeah, no one wants to come to the Garden. No one wants to come play us in the Garden in the playoffs. It's like, okay, you were about as close to Chicken Little, the sky is falling about a month ago. Now all of a sudden that they're on a pretty nice winning streak. I mean, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row that they have won going back to January 21st. So this team's actually not looking too bad. Mike Brown was about ready this close, I think, to getting run out of town, but he's shaped this team up pretty good so far.
Interesting stuff. 520-848-1290. Mike Brown. I mean, I love Mike Brown. He coached in Cleveland for a number of years. I don't know. It seems like he keeps getting jobs, and these teams have kind of been middling over the last few years. So I don't know.
Here's the thing. He gets the job in New York to replace a guy who I would describe as like the definition of middling in Tom Thibodeau, where I really liked Tom when he was in Chicago. I thought he got a bit of a raw deal because of all the injuries there, but it's just he always seemed to just they're competitive, but they're definitely not championship. Then the 1 year he gets that team a series away from the NBA Finals and they fire him in order to bring in Mike Brown. I thought, man, you couldn't have picked if you wanted to just switch over to somebody new, it's like almost changing the shirt, but the pattern's just slightly different, but it's the same color. I mean, there's nothing different to me about Mike Brown to Tom Thibodeau and the way that those two guys coach. And seeing Mike Brown now suddenly get this team to the second seed in the East, okay, I can see it. I can see maybe there's a bit of a vision here once you get to the playoffs.
And I don't know, we may have to fire our hockey guy. Jace plays AZ. We might have to fire him because he gave us another loser yesterday. He told us to take your guys, the Penguins.
Yeah.
At minus 110 against the Islanders, and that didn't work out at all.
No,
in overtime.
I think that's a little bit of that Olympic haze going on right now. Sidney Crosby has not looked the usual self that he has looked in the past. And plus, they just got done with a suspension for one of the players there for the Penguins, in that Caleb Jones got suspended 20 games for violating a PED policy. So I'm waiting to see what that's going to do, especially for the defensive half of the Penguins, which, if anyone knows, for the past 20 years, that's not their forte. So I'm waiting to see how that's going to end up hitting them in the worst possible way.
Yeah, so we're now 0-3 since we started talking about Jay's Plays AZ. He gave us 2 early ones we hadn't talked about on the show that were winners. But we haven't had a winner since we started talking about him. So but we haven't actually hired him. We just, he's giving he's giving us, because this Westwood One Sports thing is new. They've focused on NBA and NFL. They have not given us a hockey pick yet that I'm aware of. So he's given us hockey picks. So, we'll try to play them. Well, we just haven't won lately yet. So, but keep them coming, Jay. Keep them coming. We'll keep trying to get a win here. Tomorrow, you mentioned the Olympic haze. Tomorrow is the last day of games before the Olympic in
Olympic
the NHL.
break, yeah.
Before the Olympic break, they will not have games for 20 days now.
This is going to be a busy
25th of February.
Bit of a busy sports weekend overall coming up here, especially for us in Tucson, because you got the Arizona softballs going to have their first couple of games, and then you've got the U of A game against Oklahoma State. Then you've got the Olympics. I mean, there's going to be a lot of sports.
You got waste management?
Yeah.
Have you ever been up to that?
Man, no. I refuse. I refuse to go up to that.
Yeah, you're not about amateur hour.
I'm not about the amateur hour. Also, I'm when it comes to golf, maybe I'm a bit of a purist in that I don't think people should be throwing things from the peanut gallery.
Right.
just celebrating shots.
I don't know, man. I just think it's a lot. I mean, I've said before, I think every PGA Tour event should have a hole like that. Have every tournament should have a par 3 stadium hole where you allow fans to go crazy. I think if you did that, I think you would get a much larger slice of viewing audience if that happened. And now, because then we're the only ones that really do that out here in Phoenix. But let everybody else in other areas of the country have a similar experience. I think that would be really cool for the PGA. I don't know why they haven't done it. If I was running the PGA, I'd say stadium hole in every tournament, every single tournament. That's exactly what I would say.
You just want to see a Happy Gilmore hole every single event. That's what it is.
I mean, that's that. If it brings throngs of people, I mean, just think. I mean, because again, you're not. I mean, it's all about money, right? And if you got people that want to come out just for that experience, but they're spending their money to get in, obviously, I don't. And I'd be interested. I don't know that I've really ever seen what I would be interested to see what the numbers are in terms of the gate for that event versus other events, other PGA, like and I'm sure that's probably out there. We'll see if we can find it and maybe bring it to you tomorrow. Like what's the most in terms of money, the most attended tournament on tour? In terms of gate, I would have to think that might be, if it's not in the top 5, it probably is close.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, heck, make money. Let's print money. Why not? All right, Dragon Ball, what's happening in sports?
Well, right now, going through everything, we got a former Cleveland Guardians slugger Carlos Santana will be joining the Diamondbacks on a 1-year deal pending the physical, but the first baseman will be looking at just $2 million for the deal, but this does fill a need for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've been needing at first base with Tyler Locklear continuing to recover from surgery that leaves him uncertain for the start of the season. And the Suns managed to avoid another loss on their losing streak as they come away with a big win over the Portland Trail Blazers, coming away with a plethora of threes to rally back from an early deficit. When asked about that onslaught from the Blazers early, Jordan Knott gave a lot of credit to his guys for being able to weather through that storm.
We just could not keep them in front of us. We know they're a really good driving team. They just kept getting in the paint, spraying. Obviously, Klingon had 3 of them. The way to get back in it, you just got to go possession by possession. Thankfully, we were able to do it almost immediately. We didn't wait to the second half. I think that helped us because we just had to spend so much energy. Even in the end of the first quarter, we started to catch a little rhythm, and then into the second, to where we at least closed the gap. And we felt at halftime, we were in a pretty good place after all of that in the first quarter. So Yeah, good road win, a lot of grit, a lot of just resilience, mental resilience to overcome some of that shot making early on.
And again, a good congratulations goes out to Jordan Ott. He was named Western Conference Head Coach of the Month, going 11-5 for the month of January. And looking around the NBA, the trade deadline coming up on Thursday. Already a couple of deals today. Mavericks making a deal to send Anthony Davis out to the Wizards. The Clippers officially trade Chris Paul with the Raptors in a 3-team deal. Again, this goes ahead and has Clippers, Brooklyn, and the Toronto Raptors all exchanging picks, pieces, and some money, it looks like, as well. And Lonzo Ball traded to the Jazz, set to become a free agent here as he will have his contract waived. And we also have the 76ers dealing Jared McCain to the Thunder for 4 draft picks. The Bulls getting Kobe White and Mike Conley sent, and then that's getting sent out to the Hornets. Colin Sexton and Ousmane Deng going to the Bulls. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Grabbed by Del Orso, who drives the baseline and slams it home.
He did what?
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. I-10 eastbound near Congress, collision reported. Also a crash that occurred at the westbound I-10 Marana off-ramp. Collisions, other wrecks, Fort Lowell west of Columbus. At Golf Links and Cole, the vehicle into a tree. Crash at Sunrise Drive and Pontotoc. And from earlier, northbound Oracle north of Grant, that was a vehicle into a fire hydrant. 49, the overnight low, breezy, 80, sunny tomorrow, and 77 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
What's that song that goes ba-da-da-da-da-da-da?
You mean la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee?
No, he's talking about bum 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 bum. No, that's not it.
All right, guys, we don't have time for this. Furnaces are breaking down, and we promise we'll be there in one day.
That's it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, that song.
One of my favorites. If you have a problem today, Alaskan AC will get to you within one day.
If we don't, the whole repair is free, no matter how much.
So good, people are singing about it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Reminds me of that other song that goes boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
I've never heard that.
Well, you're not as cultured as me. You have about as much culture as a bowl of yogurt.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
AlaskanAC.com.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at Vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows there are two things RV owners love: to travel and relax. And they like to take both nice and slow. Just like this commercial. And what's more relaxing than the peace of mind knowing their RV is protected by Progressive? Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We're here at a local Tucson tobacco store where evil high tobacco prices have gone up yet again.
Look, up in the sky.
I'm Captain Tobacco, here to fight evil high tobacco prices.
My hero.
Remember, citizens, save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products at Tobacco Barn.
Look at those muscles.
Stand back while I hang 5 on these evil high prices.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
He did it!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Hooray! My hero.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Tell them Captain Tobacco sent you.
Oh, brother. It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about? The kids who actually have the money to go out there and play tennis. Why haven't we produced any of them? DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final hour of our program on this Wednesday, Hump Day. So glad you could be with us. We've got Arizona women's basketball in town tonight. It is Wednesday, right? It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Yes. Let me check. We normally have Pima basketball on Wednesday as well. I'll have to check. I did not check to see if the Aztecs don't have any games tonight. It never fails. Like the one Wednesday I could actually go up and watch Pima basketball. They're not playing. So we had all those U of A Wednesday games early in the season because they usually play on Wednesdays. But they did not play on Wednesday this week. In fact, let's see when the Aztecs play next. I don't think they play again until Saturday. Yeah.
Hold on. Which schedule are you looking at here?
The Pima?
Yeah.
I'm looking at their master schedule.
Okay, because I went to the PimaAztecs.com site for their schedule, and it says they're going up against Community Christian College tonight at 6.
Is it a home game?
Looks to be, yeah. This looks like a home game here.
All right. Well, I should probably not be looking at their composite schedule then, because that might not be completely updated.
That's possible. That's possible.
There you go. Community, you're absolutely right. It says Community Christian on the men's side. Let's see if the women are playing too against Community Christian, possibly, or it might just be because I don't think that's a conference game or an ACC league game, so that might just be a one-off affair. The women are not playing tonight, so that's just the men playing tonight. All right,
okay, gotcha.
So there we go. All right, for whatever reason they did not put that. We'll have to get on Raymond about updating the composite schedule because that's where I go to find everything is on the composite schedule just because it's easier for me not to have to finger through every single team to find out when they're playing.
Yeah.
But, hey, they have a chance to extend their winning streak tonight to the Pima Aztecs with a victory. They, too, are undefeated, 23-0 on the season. And so they have a chance to be 24-0 with a win tonight over Community Christian. So they'll be back in action on the conference side on Saturday at Scottsdale. They got 2 road games coming up, Scottsdale and Phoenix, and then they'll return home and play Chandler on Valentine's Day. So they've got a stretch of games. They'll finish with 3 of their last 4 games at home. Maybe we can get down there the 25th. It looks like they'll finish out against Mesa. That might be a good day. We can maybe get over there and check them out near the end of the season. All right, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona men's basketball team hoping to go to 23-0 on Saturday with a win over Oklahoma State. We're going to chat with Jason Gardner later in this hour. Jason Gardner is one of the members of that 2001 team that went to the Final Four. And Jason is obviously back with the program in a staff role under Tommy Lloyd. And so we'll talk to Jason. He's the director of player relations. We'll get an update on exactly what that entails, because I don't know that we've talked to Jason. I don't recall if we've talked to Jason on the show since he returned here, and he's been back obviously since 2021. But I don't know that we've talked to him since I started doing the show here in 23. So looking forward to talking to him about that. One of the greats to wear the Arizona Wildcat jersey, a McDonald's All-American. It was kind of cool. We were talking with Ryan Hansen last week, and he kind of said how, they when they went to the Final Four in Indianapolis in 1997, that Jason was still in high school, and they practiced at his high school, North Central, and it was kind of there that maybe helped seal that recruitment, because he was obviously a recruit, and it's like that. How convenient was that? It's like, oh, we made the Final Four. We're looking at Jason Gardner at North Central. Let's see if we can get a practice. Let's see if we can go practice at their gym.
There you go.
That's that you can't ask for.
Can't get better publicity than that.
Exactly. You can't seal a recruitment better than that right there. That was a very nice little thing that happened for them right there. All right, the Big 12 schedule, there have been a number of games this week already. Obviously, the Wildcats did not play at all this week, but there have been a number of games already. The one big game was the other night on Monday, this week's big Monday game, and it pitted Kansas and Texas Tech. Kansas has kind of found themselves. They've been rolling as of late, and they went into Lubbock, not an easy place to go in and play. The Wildcats have to go in there and do that here soon, but they went in and got a come-from-behind win over the Red Raiders earlier this week, 64-61. So back-to-back wins over top 15 teams, and they've now won 6 games in a row, 3 of those over ranked opponents for Kansas. This after they lost that game at West Virginia, and everybody was starting to wonder because they lost 2 of their first 3 games in conference, having lost the conference opener at Central Florida and then losing at West Virginia, and people were starting to think, well, maybe Kansas ain't Kansas this year. Well, they've won 6 in a row. They beat Iowa State at home. They beat BYU at home, and they go on the road and they beat Texas Tech 64-61. So they've quickly found themselves. They're 7-2, and they're right in the hunt. And it was a game that went down to the end, and games like that, Dragon Ball, you put the game in the hands of the best player in the country, in Darren Peterson. That's what you do.
Yeah, no, you absolutely put it in. The best part is watching that game, both of those sides had their best players trying to will their team to victory.
JT Toppin?
You had JT Toppin on one side, you had Peterson on the other, and they kept going head-to-head, and they kept battling and battling and battling it out. Now, the thing about it that is also very scary about this Kansas team is that, again, Peterson's had a lot of issues with his injuries. We've seen this. We've seen where it's like almost to the point where some games he just won't play in the second half because of cramping and things of that nature. But I've always attested the worst teams to go up against are not the ones that are on big winning streaks, not the ones that have just suddenly caught fire and they can't stop scoring or they're shutting teams down. It's the teams that have survived their star player not being able to play and other guys are starting to get involved. The thing with Kansas right now that makes them probably, in my opinion, the most dangerous team in the Big 12 besides the Arizona Wildcats is that there are guys on Kansas that if Peterson was just 100% and playing the full 40 minutes every single game, they're probably not going to get their rhythm. Now, all of a sudden, that Peterson's had to have a couple games where he hasn't played in the second half or he hasn't played at all. Now, all of a sudden, you get those guys rolling a little bit. They have their confidence, and they're finding their spots that they can be effective in the offense. When you get that, and then you get a guy who can just manage to hit Kobe Bryant-esque off-balance, wrong-foot shots in the field, that's the kind of danger that you can make for a deep run in the Big 12 tournament and maybe even in the main tournament come March. So Kansas is a squad that we all nationally have to look at and say, this team has survived without Peterson being the one to carry them. What happens when they don't need Peterson to carry them because everybody else is as effective as every other team that they go up against in the tournament? So something to be mindful of when you're looking at the Jayhawks and their overall resume this season.
There you go. All right, let's hear from so Tariq kind of said, if you did not see it, Darren Peterson hit a pair of threes down the stretch to will his team to a 3-point victory on the road. Let's hear from Bill Self on Darren Peterson. Big shot, Darren. That really doesn't rhyme or anything of that nature.
Nah.
No, doesn't work. But let's hear from Bill Self anyway on Darren Peterson's play down the stretch.
Well, he hadn't made many tonight, and he was just kind of out there, and you know, he's got something that you're I guess you're born with and can't teach. He's got just an unbelievable ability to raise that when it counts the most, raise his level when it counts the most, and that's what he did tonight. I mean, those two plays he made were obviously the two biggest plays of the game for us, but you know, we were fortunate tonight. Christian didn't play, and we weren't any good, and they struggled shooting the ball and scoring too, but we just kind of pieced it together and made enough plays to get it.
He was 1 for 5 from 3 until he made those last two. So again, best player on the floor. Maybe not so much for the first 34 minutes that he played, but in the last minute, he was who you expect him to be. Darren Peterson finished with 19 in that game. And like I said, the Kansas Jayhawks, who the Wildcats will still have to play twice. Once on their floor, once on our floor. And that's going to begin the gauntlet for Arizona when they, I think that's the first game in that stretch of games that the Wildcats are going to play coming up here. 4 games against ranked opponents. That's going to be the first of those 4 games coming up here. Kansas on the 9th, which is next Monday. And then Texas Tech a week, 10 days from today. And then BYU on the 18th and Houston on the 21st. 4 straight games against, well, BYU lost last week, so they've fallen out of the top 15, but still the 16th ranked team in the country. All right, we are joined by the third member of our program today, J-Dub's sick, so, you know, say some good thoughts and things for J-Dub, so he'll recover and be back with us here hopefully tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough when you're not feeling right.
Oh, of course.
To have to get out there and continue to do things. So, but Cricket's feeling good. How you feeling, Cricket?
Feeling all right. How about you?
I'm feeling pretty good. So now we are into February now. So update us on your academic trail. Like you were like last semester. Are you in a new semester now with your schooling, or what? How's that going?
I'm still doing the studying the Book of Genesis.
Okay.
It's a self-paced class, so while I was moving, that was chaos. So it was nice to have that comfort that I could put that on pause without losing, credit or anything like that. So I put it on pause, so I'm behind because I took some time off to move. Moving takes so long and it's stressful.
Yes.
So back to studies. So
Yes,
learning about the Book of Genesis. I still don't know much, but I'm like slowly getting there. But I find it interesting.
All right, give me the most interesting thing you found out.
I don't want to talk about the Bible on the radio.
No, come on.
because
I'm an open
I'm
forum
learning.
show here.
I know, but I'm learning, and
nobody's going to judge you.
Oh, I'm sure somebody would say that's not what they meant, or that's not what the Bible says. I completely think that I would mess something. I just don't. I just don't know enough yet.
Okay.
When I finish the Bible and I finish all my classes,
right.
I would be more than happy to talk about the most interesting or strangest things or whatever that I might have read.
So what's the timeline there on that now?
Maybe like a few more weeks, but it's self-paced, so I'm
okay.
And I don't lose credit, going at my own rate or pace or whatever. So yeah.
So then at self-paced, are you spending an hour a night, or
I might not look at it for a day or two, and then I might go in and be like, oh, I have some time. I have a couple hours. You know, I do. I find it very interesting.
Okay.
I just don't know enough about it to speak on it.
Had you read the Bible before?
Nope.
No, this is the first time.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I felt like I love to learn.
Right.
So I was like, that's one thing I want to learn. I just bought a Bible and started reading it, and I thought, I find it kind of confusing. So I like it broken down in the studies. It's like reading Shakespeare or something for the first time, and you don't understand exactly the language or So I needed
Who
some help.
understands to be or not to be? That is the question. I still
Right.
don't understand that question.
You see what I
To
mean?
live or not to live.
Yeah. So I just needed a little help. So
Again, you
it's
got to
interesting.
remember with that line, DK. The
Here's
guys
Mr.
lit-
NAU with his knowledge.
Well, no, I mean,
Dropping
I was
it.
I was a drama kid. Like we actually had a whole class segment about learning
Were
what
you
Hamlet
Shakespeare
meant.
in the play?
No. I was not Shakespeare. We had to learn about Hamlet and what the metaphors of Shakespearean was. But you have to remember, in Hamlet, when he makes that question, to be or not to be, that is the question. He's holding the skull of someone he knew. So it's just to be or not to be. Or no, that's when he knows about Horatio. So it's not that one. But to be or not to be is a reference to live or not to live, to dream or not to dream.
See, you get it. Like someday I want to speak about the Bible like that.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not there yet.
Okay.
But you obviously very much understand Shakespeare and Hamlet very well.
To the point where I started to just hate it.
It was just too much.
It's just that we had to have so many discussions, and when you get it, but nobody else is getting it, so they have to repeat the lesson. That's when it's like, okay, either you're not gonna get it, or we have to move on. It's one of the two.
Okay.
At least with Hamlet,
That's
the
fair.
Bible is another conversation.
That's fair. I think I understand.
Okay. All right. So when cricket's done, we'll all pick our favorite verses and we'll discuss them.
Yeah, I definitely can't do that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Cricket's getting you home right now. She does know how to decipher the streets to get you home safely every 20 minutes on the Vibes.
And Morse code, too.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Rex reported we've got northbound I-19 near Irvington, a little bit of slowing there. On I-10 eastbound, there was a wreck reported near Congress, and then eastbound I-10 near Star Pass, some slowing there. On our surface streets, Sunrise Drive and Pontotoc, westbound Valencia at Midvale Park. Fort Lowell west of Columbus, also at Golf Links and Cold Road, earlier vehicle into a tree. 49 the overnight low, breezy, 80 and sunny tomorrow, 75 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals at $4, $6, and $8. The new Biggie Deals are bigger and biggier than ever. For a pretty biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Tune in February 7th as your top-ranked Arizona Wildcats host Oklahoma State at McHale Center.
The triple team put up the shot and he's fouled.
Pre-game starts at 10:30 a.m. and tip-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana. We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at AlaskanAC.com.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. I love numbers. Like 100, as in 100%, as in TaxSlayer's 100% accuracy. Guaranteed. And 0, as in $0, as in it costs $0 to file and get the refund you deserve with TaxSlayer Simply Free, if you qualify. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers with age, income, credit, and deduction restrictions. See TaxSlayer.com for eligibility requirements. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The dice are hot, and the cash is calling at Casino del Sol. Every day, swipe your Club Sol card for a free entry into our Friday drawings at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Plus, every 250 slot or table points gets you an extra entry. If your name is drawn, you'll step up and roll the dice. And if you hit 5 of a kind, you'll take home $5,000 in cool cash. Only at Casino del Sol. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
For your big game party, you better pop into Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
February weather in the Old Pueblo is beautiful. It's the time of year to go outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Springtime will be coming soon, and so will the Arizona heat. Now's the time to plan for the long, hot summer that we all know is coming. Now, for a limited time, we are offering 5-year, no-interest financing on Rheem Air Conditioning and Heating Systems, OAC. Call now, 520-492-0748, or book your appointment online at PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The Winter Olympics in Italy are just days away, and one of the biggest storylines is the return of American star skier Lindsey Vonn. The gold medalist retired in 2019, but after almost 6 years away, she came back to the sport with eyes on the games in Milan Cortina this month. Vonn just won the downhill event at a World Cup race last month, but unfortunately on Friday, she suffered a brutal fall while training in Switzerland. She announced yesterday that she suffered a ruptured ACL, but will still try to compete in the Olympics with the downhill event scheduled for Sunday.
There's always a moment where you break down and you realize the severity and of things and that your dreams are slipping through your fingers, but I didn't have that this time. I'm not letting this slip through my fingers. I'm going to do it.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
Need to sell your house fast? Whether you're facing foreclosure, stuck with bad tenants, or just ready for a fresh start, House Buyer Network can help. We buy homes as is for cash. No fees, no commissions, no repairs. Get a fair cash offer in just 24 hours and close in as little as 7 days. Call 833-719-5877 now for your free no-obligation offer. That's 833-719-5877. House Buyer Network. Fast cash, no hassle.
Offers are typically below market value in exchange for speed and convenience. Call for details.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, it's going to be a big weekend at McHale Center. Arizona will go for a 23rd win in a row in men's basketball, and the program will also celebrate the 2001 Final Four team. One of the members of that team joins us now. He works on Tommy Lloyd's staff as the Director of Player Relations. His name is Jason Gardner, Arizona guard, class of 2003. Jason, appreciate you taking some time to join us. How excited are you to get the band back together this weekend?
Oh, it's about to be fun. It's we're on a group chat, and so just to see everybody, to get everybody back in town, talk some road stories from being on the bus, from the plane, from the hotel. So it's gonna be some fun times.
Now, we had Ryan Hansen on the show this past weekend, and he was kind of giving us a preview of what to expect this weekend. And one of the things he said was obviously that 1997 team went to the Final Four in Indianapolis, which was your hometown. And he said they practiced at your high school. Were you being recruited at the time that they came to your high school?
You know, I think somewhat. I don't know if Luke just planned that or how that worked out. But yes, they were there. I was upstairs. I was watching them practice. So I think that win kind of came off maybe practicing at that high school.
I said, man, if they were recruiting him at that time, that was a perfect scenario there to say, let's just take practice to one of our top recruits' high school to see if we can impress him a little bit. What do you remember about watching that team, the 97 team, that maybe if that point maybe made you start formulating, yeah, Arizona could be a place I might want to go play?
I mean, I think Luke's teams, as far as the fast pace, the ball movement, how his guards were able to come down, play freely, shoot threes, make one-on-one moves. And so with that team, with Miles, Mike, Dickerson, I mean, that was 3 high-level guards. And then you got an NBA guy that came off the bench that played 19 years. So with those 4 guards, I mean, they had collectively, that's definitely the best guard group in the country.
We're chatting with Jason Gardner. He is Director of Player Relations for the Arizona men's basketball program. He's been in that position since the 21-22 season. First of all, Jason, for people that maybe have no idea what it is you do, how would you describe what your job is now with the program? And obviously you've been here, throughout the duration of the Tommy Lloyd era.
It's reconnecting with former alumni. It's, dealing with, our amazing parents. It's dealing with our players in every facet around. So it's kind of like a little bit of everything.
So it's kind of
dealing with the academics, everything.
You're kind of like the Brandon Sanders of the basketball department.
Well, I mean, I won't go that far, but it's just kind of like, I can't give it just one thing that I do. It's just kind of like a combination of a couple of things.
When you look at obviously this team this year, when you started, like when this team started coming together, how quickly was there a feeling that, okay, this might be a team that can do some things?
Well, I think the good thing about our team, it's a combination of freshmen and seniors, and then you throw Krivas in there in the middle. So sometimes too, you kind of just don't know how the reaction is going to be with the freshmen, older guys, and the great thing about it is that they all listen to one another. It's like a very, very true team bond. And so you can see, JB talking to Koa, you can see Braden talking to Tobe. And so I just think when you have something like that, that makes it very special.
All right, so I'm going to make you do some comparisons. Tell me how Krivas compared to your guy, Lauren Woods.
I think, that's two big time centers. Now I will say I think Krivas was more gifted offensively. I think Lauren was defensively, I think, a little bit better. I think Lauren loved to block shots, where I think Krivas on the block, I think he's a little bit of a better scorer.
When you obviously, one of the many great point guards in the program, in the history of this program, when you look at Jason or Jaden Bradley, excuse me, do you see resemblances of it all of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, just to see JB's growth since he's been here, like his leadership, the things that he does with the guys, getting them, whether they go bowling, they go to a movie, their dinners. So just to kind of see how he handles the boys off the court, and then on the court, just how he just directs. You can see him offensively of just, grabbing guys in the huddle, grabbing guys in the locker room. And other deals that I really like is he's always poised. No matter what type of situation the game, what's going on in the game, he's always calm. He's always poised. And I think, obviously, that makes our boys that makes them calm.
Jason Gardner is our guest, Director of Player Relations, Arizona men's basketball. It's the Wildcats celebration of the 2001 Final Four team. Jason, I said at the top of the show, we always hear about, how many Sweet 16s, Elite Eights, 4 Final Fours, 1997 National Championship. But one of the things that gets lost is the fact that you guys played in the national championship game. And I was saying to myself, you don't really hear much about the fact that there was a second actual national championship game performance in this program's history, because obviously you guys lost that game to Duke. But what do you most remember about that run to the final night?
Honestly, I think it just happens so fast when you're actually in it, as far as just the travel, media day, the practices, the game, the preparation before the game. I think it happens so fast, and little before you know, game's over with, you're getting on a bus, and it's like, holy crap, we were literally in the championship. So, but I think what I remember is just kind of the fan base, leaving the hotel, going to the bus, coming back from practice, coming from dinner, and just, there was always just that U of A chant. It's always, the fans that were there coming in, smacking everybody's hands. So that was probably one of the big things that I'll probably take away that I remember, is just the fan support that we had.
All right, you mentioned at the top, you guys are going to get together this weekend, tell some stories, remember some bus rides. Give me your one story that you like to tell people about that year and that team.
About that team, let me see. I mean, there's a lot of stories. Depends on what you want to go with. I would probably say, a funny story was when we were in Maui. And, guys really wasn't supposed to go, we wasn't supposed to be going in the water. Obviously, the water tires you out with the swimming and different things like that. And so a couple guys end up jumping off the cliff, going into the water. Well, the wave pushed them up against the rock, smacked them up against the rock.
Oh, boy.
Somebody's back was kind of sprained. Somebody's face was tore up. They're coming back, and Luke's like, what's going on? And it's like, Coach, we were jumping off the cliff, and he lost it. Now, so that was kind of the deal right there. Obviously, they were the older guys. It was like, so it was just kind of funny to at that time we got through it. But anyway, just to see like their face, somebody's back is a little sprained, and it's like, holy crap. So that was kind of funny at that time.
So that wasn't you being one of those guys jumping off the rock at the cliffs?
It was definitely not me. I'm not the swimmer.
You're like me. That would not have been me either. Jason Gardner is our guest. 1999 to 2003, Arizona Wildcat. 2003 National Player of the Year. That was 2 years later. Your senior year, Jason, how did it all come together that year?
We had a lot of good players. I mean, honestly, we had Channing Frye. Obviously Luke Walton, Andre Iguodala, Salim Stoudemire, so Hassan Adams. So we had a bunch of guys that played in the NBA. And so, again, I think it was kind of like the leadership of, Luke, Ricky Anderson, myself, kind of leading the young guys and, guys that kind of came in with, big names and came in there and just listening and being sponges to the game. And, we found a way to get together. We had inside presence, shooting, speed, athleticism. So, honestly, I think, the 01 team is coming back, but that 03 team was actually really good as well.
Do you, you've obviously been a head coach. Do you want to coach again?
Yeah, I do. I think here, we've had an amazing staff, in the past 5 years, with some guys that, have moved on from him, and the guys that are on staff. And with Tommy, obviously I didn't get to see Luke when he was in his younger ages. But just to even see like Luke from when I got here, looking at Tommy as well, as far as the calmness, the patience, how he's always like, he's working on something. You don't really know what's kind of going on. And 3 weeks later, it all kind of comes together. And again, just kind of to see how, any preparation, guys are always prepared. Guys are always ready. Halftime, he always has an adjustment. So I see those very similarities of Luke and Tommy, of how they're wizards to this whole deal.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think that I've said throughout the season that kind of stands out is how at times it comes out. They come out after halftime and seem like a different team, almost like the light goes on or whatever's happening there at halftime. You talk about halftime adjustments. Would you say that's one of Tommy's biggest strengths?
I would say that's one of his biggest strengths as far as adjustments. I would say one of his biggest strengths too is the preparation, as far as that, just trying to take things away, where does he think that we're going to be hurt at and how can we work on that? And just kind of putting all that stuff together. And, sometimes, it's a 24-hour process that you get and, where, he finds a way of trying to figure out the good, the bad, the ugly, and what we need to do to try to correct it.
How many guys are supposed to be back this weekend? Is everybody coming back off that team?
I think we got majority of guys that are back. I think, sometimes obviously with the NBA schedule, obviously Rich being on TV, but, he's supposed to be back. Luke in his schedule, Gilbert just kind of depending on where he's going to be at. So right now we got majority of the guys coming back, and we're just kind of waiting for the NBA guys to kind of finalize their schedule.
There you go. It should be an exciting weekend coming up. It is the celebration of the 2001 National Final. Wildcats Final Four team, one of four in program history. Jason Gardner back now with the program as the director of player relations. What's it like for you just to live in Tucson again? Do people bug you every time you go out to dinner?
No, not at all. Not at all. They're always talking about the team, which is funny. But no, even from the downtown from when I was here to now where it's at, as far as the restaurants and everything like that, that's been awesome. And so, it's just, just the feel of Tucson, the community's been awesome. So being back here has been great. Just to even just see the growth of, to where I feel like at times when I was here was more townish feel to where now it's more of that city feel.
There you go. I mean, that's exactly right, Jason. Jason, we're so excited to have you as a part of this program. I mean, lending to the history of what Arizona basketball is all about. Continued success in what you're doing here, and then we look forward to that day where we see you back walking that sideline again as a head coach.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, thanks for having me.
Jason Gardner, class of 2003, a part of that 2001 Final Four team that made it all the way to the national championship game. DK on the Sports Tip, one more segment to go here, and we'll put a wrap on this one. We'll check in to see what Jalen Brunson is doing. I've got the game on right now, Knicks and the Nuggets. We'll give you that update here, as well as continue to get you set for Arizona women's basketball here in about 20 minutes at McHale Center. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Crash reported I-19 northbound I-19 near Irvington. Slowdowns for both directions of travel on I-19 near Irvington. Also, wreck that was reported eastbound I-10 near Star Pass. Other crashes that are clearing: Valencia and Midvale, Midvale Park and Valencia. And also from Kolb and Golf Links, that was an earlier vehicle into a tree. And for your weather, 49, the low, breezy, 80, sunny tomorrow, 75 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Don't miss out on any of the action.
Somebody broke a box, a rare Pokemon card, Gengar. Is that a character? Gengar?
Gengar.
I shouldn't say this because you all go running back to my office trying to pick off my Pokemon cards because they're all over the place. All right, so I'm going to hang on to this Toxtricity because I think that might be worth something.
Stop touching it.
It's kind of shiny.
DK uses polish. It was very effective.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at AutoNation Honda Tucson. Save up to $7,500 on pilots, leases starting at $399 a month, and enjoy incredible rates on 2025 and 2026 models. Visit us off Wetmore and Automall Drive today.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you care for them, because love lives here.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found GoodRx. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's GoodRx, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Ethos. Learn more and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. When the inductees to the NFL Hall of Fame are introduced tomorrow, they should be celebrated. But instead, the topic on everyone's mind will be who isn't introduced, with Bill Belichick on the list and now Robert Kraft, the latest one to not get in. Guys getting in should be celebrated rather than us thinking about those who aren't getting in, and the voters are the one to blame. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final segment of our show today. Last chance for you to get in, 520-848-1290. So if you missed our question of the day, we were talking Suns early on, and Jalen Green has played in a total of 5 games this year. 5 games. He's had various hamstring. They've now started working the word hip into the equation. That's never good when you're dealing with a hip situation. But the question is, will Jalen Green play in more than 20 games for the Suns this season? They've got 31 games remaining on the schedule. Will he play in more than 20? Head on over to Twitter right now at Wildcats1290. You can vote in our poll. Yes, and he'll be back for the playoff push. No, just shut it down. So right now, 88% of the people saying yes. They believe that Jalen Green is going to play in more than 20 games this season. I don't know if I'm voting yes on that one. I just don't think that this is going to end well in terms of Jalen Green and his availability this season for the Suns.
I can guarantee you a lot of that voting is just a lot of Suns fans just putting out that little bit of hope there
that he'll be back, hoping and praying that he'll be back. The NBA game that we've got to play on tonight in our Westwood One Sports Top Plays is coming to the end of the first quarter. It's the Knicks and the Nuggets, and it has just gone to the end of the. Actually, our TV is a little bit behind. 30-28 is the score. How about this? Oh, so the Nuggets have 30 points. Jamal Murray has 20 of their 30 points. 20 in the first quarter.
There are days where Jamal Murray is just absolutely out of his mind in regards to his efficiency. And then there are other days where it's just he can't buy a bucket. Luckily for him, this is one of those good days. Again, the first all-star teammate for Nikola Jokic in his career. Again, he's been a lone representative for the Nuggets at the all-star game.
So Aaron Gordon's never been an all-star?
Aaron Gordon has never been an all-star for the Nuggets.
Oh, for the Nuggets.
So that's the thing. For all of Nikola Jokic's career in Denver,
hard league when Aaron Gordon can't get an all-star bid. As good as he's played.
As good as he's played, I think it's just that there's a lot more attention-seeking bigs in the West. Let's not forget, Gordon's in there alongside of guys like Anthony Davis and the like, where when Anthony Davis plays, he gets in the All-Star game just based on fan vote alone. So the fact that it took him this long to get a teammate that's been to an All-Star game alongside Jokic, it's kind of a shock, but also not that surprising considering how deep the guard and the wing position is out in the West.
All right, so against my better judgment, Dragon Ball talked me into taking Jalen Brunson over the 5.5 assists today. He has 2 in the first quarter, played 12 minutes, 2 in the first quarter, but he's turned it over 4 times. So he has 2 more turnovers to assist. But if he gets 2 assists per quarter, he'll go over that 5.5.
You got it. Listen, this is the same thing for the Suns fans that are saying that Jalen Green's going to finish the season off and play games. And this is me telling you, hey, you just got to go ahead and just keep on having that faith that Jalen Brunson's going to get. You know what, DK? You got to do this.
Got to do what? I got to believe.
Got to believe.
All right.
Gotta believe.
I would have taken the under on that, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Jalen Brunson. All right, so our guy Jay's Plays AZ got back on the text groove. See now he's confusing me. We got to let Jay know that Jay we only deal in yes or no, A or B. We don't deal in A equals B squared minus C.
We're doing algebra.
He's giving me like he said. Okay, so this is what he said. He said, I got 2 plays today. One, we're not going to worry about. The game already started. But he said the model likes these on the money line, but there's too much juice, so he played them -1. I have no idea what that means, Jay. I'm not a professional gambler, okay?
That implies that there is such a thing as professional gambling.
Give me Utah on the money line or give me who they playing tonight. Or give me whoever Utah is playing on the money line. We're going to take the Utah game because obviously we are the AAA affiliate of the Mammoth. So it's either give me Detroit on the money line or give me Utah on the money line. I don't know anything about -1 and +1, and I don't even think I can do that on my BetMGM app anyway.
You're asking too much. You're asking too much, man.
Don't blow my mind, Jay. Just give me simplicity, okay? So we're going to take the Mammoth minus the 135 on the money line. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So
it's something that makes sense.
But it's I guess if you do it minus the 1 or whatever, it's a plus bet, so you can actually have a chance to win money at plus 110 versus minus 135, where our $12.90 bet is only going to get us back probably about $9 or $10. But that's what we'll take because it's the Utah Mammoth, and we somewhat back the Mammoth because they're our affiliate. They beat the Canucks earlier this week, and they're 6 games over 500, hosting the Detroit Red Wings tonight.
There you go.
So there we go. All right, let's give you our Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Lori Burkhart covers Arizona women's basketball for All Sports Tucson. She is at McHale Center right now. There's a game starting in 8 minutes. She talks about, or we talked to her earlier, and she talked about Becky Burke's first season as head coach.
Well, you said it. There weren't huge expectations coming in. I honestly think that the women's basketball fans are probably some of the most understanding fans when you look at all of Arizona's sports. I know like year one of Brent Brennan, people were already calling for his head, even though he really hadn't had a chance to do anything yet. That's not happening with Becky Burke. Everybody's being very patient with her. She was very clear when she came in that it's going to be a building process. She's doing a good job. Becky Burke is a winner, and she knows how to build good teams. So I think everybody's kind of sitting back on their heels right now and just waiting to see what will happen the next couple of years to this program. And honestly, my thought is seeing the players, seeing the coaches, seeing how they're all coming together, seeing how everybody wants to play for Becky, even in, as Becky called it, a valley that they're in right now. They want to play for her. That she's not just a good coach, she's a good people person, and she knows how to connect with them. So I think that overall this year, they're pretty much where we thought they would be. Maybe we thought there would be 1 or 2 more wins in the conference, and there still could be 1 or 2 more wins in the conference before the end of the regular season is over. But I think it's just patience right now.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Patience. We will wait. We will wait patiently and allow Becky Burke to do her work because, again, she's proven at other schools that she can do it, and we expect that will be the same thing here at the University of Arizona. All right, before we get out of here, you know what else Jay said about this hockey bet tonight?
What's we got?
He said you can wager 60% on the money line and 40% on the puck line. I don't know how to split up bets like that.
Is that like trying to bet who wins the tip?
I don't know. Like, how do I bet 60% on the money line and 40% on the puck line? Again, Jay, A or B, not B, C minus squared on top of D.
We cannot solve for
exactly.
X. We cannot solve for X.
Right. I cannot do all that. Just give me a 1 or 2. All right. Thanks, Jay. Love you. Jay's plays AZ. Check him out on Twitter. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks to Dragon Ball. Thanks to Cricket. Thanks to Lori Burkhart. Thanks to Jason Gardner. My name's David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow. DK on the Sports Tip, 3 o'clock. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collisions, Catalina Highway, milepost 16, Grant Road, east of I-10, westbound slowing on Grant, approaching I-10. Collision occurred at Limberlost and First Avenue in Limberlost. Some slowing for southbound I-19 as you approach and pass Irvington Road. That's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 indulgencies for $3 or less. From the opulent new mini taco salad to the decadent beefy potato loaded griller. That much Luxe could have you expecting a maitre d' at the drive-thru. At participating Taco Bells, while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana. We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things. Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that. You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days. 12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks. He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun. I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new? Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it. Your neighbor's kid does it. And yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword. Fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart Strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
The day shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight with Brad Evans and Pat Boyle on Westwood One Sports.